That was an incredible round out there in that wind. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was good. Funny start, but yeah, pleased with the way kind of got going and after the start. And yeah, the wind was tough. It was tricky, and kind of switched on us on 5 and 6. That made it pretty, made it swirled up a little bit. But then after that, really, we kind of had it kind of downwind for the most, or it felt like most of the back nine at least. And then so that made it nice. But yeah, it was. I don't know if it was windy this morning, but it was pretty windy this afternoon. It was tough.
Okay. Would you say that you typically like playing in the wind? Is that one of your strengths as a player?
I don't mind it. Yeah, I think where I live in South Florida, and it's pretty windy. And then I went to college in Oklahoma. It was really windy, so I don't really mind the wind. It's I think I'm like everybody else where we like it dead calm, but I'm not really opposed to it if it is windy. And it's but I mean, playing out here, it's always a treat, and it's one of my favorite courses. So yeah, it's I don't really care how the weather is. Just really like playing out here, so it's nice.
Questions?
At the start, the first is one of the lowest scoring holes. What happened? Did that knock your confidence a little bit?
No, yeah, the fairways. No, I missed the fairway with an iron, which is always awkward. But and then I just kind of got a little bit of a flyer out of the rough and hit it really. I mean, probably one of the best chips I've ever hit in my life. I was in the trees, and I bounced it through the bunker. Somehow got on the green to about 12 feet. I didn't hit a good putt, but at least I had a chance. So I was really staring at 6 or 7 in the face, and I was pretty pleased to walk over the 5. It felt like a birdie, at least in my mind, so I wasn't really too opposed with it. And made a nice par on the next hole, which really helped. I think I made about a 25-footer for par, and then after that, I felt like I just kind of calmed down a little bit, and it was a little bit more smooth sailing from there.
What are your memories of the last time you were here? You were right in contention after 3 rounds. Do you have fond memories?
Yeah, I do. It's a different wind direction. Yeah, I think we had it kind of. I remember playing 18 kind of down and trying to drive 10 and 1. Those were all kind of downwind, and so it's a complete opposite wind. It seemed like, but it is as this is an Alistair McKenzie course, and we don't really get that many courses in America. We got Augusta and then Cypress, but I think there's only a couple others, and we don't really get to play his courses that often, and it's always a treat when you get to play them. And I think that's why I enjoy it so much, because it's just a fabulous golf course. It's well designed, and it's challenging, and it's fun.
What did you hit on 18 then? The 2 iron or
yeah, 2 iron.
something? Was that pre-planned given the
Yeah. I pulled my 3-wood out, so I like to carry 4 wedges, and then I usually take my 3 iron out. But with the way the wind was, I hit my 3 iron a couple more times. I felt like I would need it, so I took my 3-wood out and was just going to kind of hit either driver or 2 iron all the way around at 18. With my ball flight, I don't really ever think off the tee the wind's really going to touch it, because it's really just low the whole way. So yeah, it gets down there quite a ways, and so yeah, I think that's I guess it is pre-planned.
All that on 9, Peter? Talk us through that. That's always nice.
Yeah, it was a good drive, about 60 yards or so, and then it was just a good number, just a nice little flick where I felt like I was just trying to carry about 55 or so, one hop and skip it up there, and it just took a nice little right bounce and looked like it was going right down the flag, and I heard it hit the flag before people kind of stood up and started applauding. So it's always cool to see the reaction, the delayed reaction. Those are always kind of cool moments. So it was nice to hole one out. It was good.
You don't expect those, obviously, but does it give you a bit of a jump start? There must be a bit of adrenaline rush, and then for the rest of the round, does it play into how you play from then on, do you think?
I guess not really. I think no, you kind of have a plan to start with, and you don't really based on how you score, a place like this, you can't really force it. I don't think. If you try and force it, you can kind of get exposed a little bit. So I think you just kind of stick to your plans around here, and just kind of let whatever happens. And I think a hole like 9, where the way the wind was, I felt like we could be aggressive and take that on, and like 13. Change, I was probably gonna hit iron, but then change to a driver with the way the wind was. So there's some little things that you can adjust, but for the most part, you just kind of stick to what your game plan is.
And that sort of thinking golf that requires both good decision making and then execution.
Yeah,
that's sort of a strength of yours.
think my caddy would argue that. And no, I think no, me and my caddy, we've been together for about 3.5 years, so we kind of know, we kind of think the same, we have the same style, and I think we're mostly on the same page when it comes to attacking and being conservative and doing the right things. There's never really I try not to let kind of emotion really dictate what I do, but sometimes it gets the best of me, but I'm still learning. So.
Most of the other guys up the top of the leaderboard played this morning. How significant is that for you going into tomorrow?
Yeah, as long as it's not windy, it's nice, isn't it? But if it's blowing 20 again, then it's tough. But yeah, it's gonna be nice to get out there with the greens a little bit smoother and a little bit softer. They were softer, much softer today than I was expecting, and so hopefully in the morning they'll be soft and might not be as windy. So we'll see how it goes.
You had your first European tour in 2013. Ready to number 2 here?
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, I've been knocking on the door for a while, and it'd be nice to get it, but I'm just take a day at a time. Really, you never know with this game.
You played well in Malaysia though last week. You feel like you've got a bit of momentum up now?
Yeah, my game feels all right. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it feels good. I'm glad that it carried over. I'm glad it traveled from Malaysia to Australia.
So you still plan to stay in Europe? I would assume that the US tour would be ready to be looking to go there, but you've been very committed to the European tour ever since joining there in 2012.
Yeah, no, they've given me opportunities, and it's been a blast. I mean, a lot of people say it, but I truly do love traveling, and I love going to different places and seeing different cultures. And so for me, on this tour, it's just, I'm 26, travel the world. I mean, it's not an awful gig, really. So, for me to be able to play around the world, see different things. It's just, it's just a dream job, really, and I enjoy it.
In terms of golf, do you feel you learn the game differently on the European tour? I know they're closer than they used to be with the styles, of course. Do you think you learn a different sort of golf?
It's different. It's different styles, really. I think, in the States it seems to be pretty consistent week in, week out with green speed and style of courses, and whereas in Europe, last week we go from Bermuda grass to grainy greens to this week where it's basically all bent really all the way around and hilly and slopey and small challenging greens. So it gives you that mix every week, which is nice. And I think it could ultimately make you a better player if you embrace it for what it is, and keep trying to grow and improve. So.
Any final questions? No? Peter, thanks so much for joining us today. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.